that pride. Fresh cut, fresh frame. Never chase, no, the game. Speak slow, move sharp, making room when I step into place. Go green, steady gaze. Truth talk, no fake phase. Real love from the queens, cause they see how I carry my days. Stack wins, locked in. Storm come, I don't bend. Built from the heat, still cool. That's the kind of man that don't pretend. You can see it when I enter. That quiet kind of power. Every move a little cleaner. Every night a little louder. Yeah, yeah. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. I walk in, they look twice. Cause I got that FBA sauce. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. Real ones know the whole room shift when I step, yeah, with that FBA sauce. FBA sauce. Tailor fit, then them crisps. Sun on skin, wrist lit. No need to holler too hard, my presence do a lot of the lift. Mama taught poison grace. Papa taught stand my ground. I can laugh, I can lead, keep it cool when the pressure come round. Girl say, boy, you smooth when the baseline hit. I don't move, just that same unbothered look, like I already knew I would. Win the room, from the block to the boardroom. Same soul, same code. Black American man, carrying history in the clean ass code. When I enter that quiet kind of power. Every move a little cleaner. Every night a little louder. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. I walk in, they look twice. Cause I got that FBA sauce. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. Real ones know the whole room shift when I step with that FBA sauce. I ain't tryna outshine nobody, I'm just shining where I stand. Black American man, I was built to hold my own with a steady hand. Soft voice, hard-earned shine, love deep, move right. When I show up is respect, and that love stay bright. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. I walk in, they look twice. Cause I got that FBA sauce. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. Real ones know the whole room shift when I step with that FBA sauce. FBA sauce. FBA sauce. Yeah. Yeah. FBA, that's the way. Hey, yeah, clean walk, head high, whole room feel that glide. FBA with the stride, got that calm, that pride. Fresh cut, fresh frame, never chase, no, the game. Speak slow, move sharp, making room when I step into place. Go green, steady gaze. Truth talk, no fake phase. Real love from the queens, cause they see how I carry my days. Stack wins, locked in. Storm come, I don't bend. Built from the heat, still cool. That's the kind of man that don't pretend. You can see it when I enter. That quiet kind of power. Every move a little cleaner. Every night a little louder. Yeah, yeah. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. I walk in, they look twice. Cause I got that FBA sauce. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why.
Scott Free is going live.
Let's go.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome, people. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott-Free Morning Show. I am your host himself, L. Scott. People, on today's episode, if you've never been here before, welcome. If it's your first time, I appreciate you for showing up. I know that you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me right now. I appreciate you, people. Now, as you can see from the thumbnail, we're going to be all over the place today, but it's Friday. Okay, the weekend's here. I know one thing. If I don't know one thing, I know one thing. This black folks love the weekend, so I want to make sure we usher that thing in pretty well. Now, I know it says it's the Scott-Free Morning Show, and it is morning somewhere. It's just not where I'm at right now. But people, I appreciate you for showing up either way. If you haven't hit the follow button, definitely do so and let your brother know that you support the channel. I appreciate all the love that I do get. Hit the like button as you walk through the door. And again, if it's your first time here, let me explain to you how things go around here, okay? On here, what we genuinely do, we take one topic per day, and we talk about that, and then we tie it in with a whole bunch of other stuff that goes on with black folks, and then we get to rambling. And then on Fridays, extraordinarily amount of rambling is going to happen because all we're going to do today, I'm going to touch a little bit probably, and the reason why I put the title up there talking about the indigenous part of America, black America, is just because it's a topic that I covered yesterday, but we didn't really even get a chance to we covered a nice piece of ground, but there was still meat on the bone. So I said to myself, hey, if the conversation comes up again today, let's talk about it again today. I got a couple of other clips I could play from y'all to probably usher that conversation in. So I said, let's do that. That's one. And then the other thing, I said that Andrew Gillum, and matter of fact, let's just start with that. But we're going to start with Andrew Gillum today. Andrew Gillum, I think that's how you say his name. Former potential governor of Florida. And we're going to talk about other stuff that's in my timeline. And what we do on Fridays, genuinely, I just let it roll. I click the next thing on my timeline that somebody sent me or I saved, and we talk about that. So it's going to be all over the place. We might talk about, like yesterday was a little bit all over the place. You think yesterday was all over the place. Today, oh my God, we got stuff about time travel, got stuff about history. Of course, we got stuff about food and weave, and it's going to be all over the place. But either way, I love it when you show up. I'm going to get into the comment section in a minute, but let me get warmed up in this thing. So first things first, let's dive into the Andrew Gillum thing. And I wanted to put this up there and get out of the way. I'm not here to beat up on the brother. He is literally going through it. Now, I want to go, well, let me first thing first, for the people who don't. Andrew Gillum, former Democratic nominee for the governor of Florida. He lost, I think, Ron DeSantis. The little crazy man, allegedly, I love him. The crazy in love with the people, Ron DeSantis, down there in Florida. But what really he lost, but it's like him. Okay, let me just back it up. Basically, at this point in time, this was like around 2017, 2018, 2019. This is the height of Andrew Gillum and Stacey Abrams. Oh God, these two is going to save America. These are like the new Barack Obama in them. So this was even before Kamala Harris. She hadn't even hit the scene yet like that. So it was these two, they were pushing it. And I always say this about black folks that's in politics now, they all full of it. Ain't none of them here that they parade around. When these Democrats and Republicans parade around a black person, just know that they don't mean nothing for black folks. They don't mean no good for you. Now, am I saying that you cannot have a black person in politics that actually care, that actually want to get something done? No, I'm not going to sit there and say that's not true, because not everybody's a monolith. I know if I was in politics, I would be fighting for black folks day in, day out. But I know that what we get isn't that. We get is a bunch of people, they say, go out there and do the bidding for us, boy. And they like to take people, and I'm going to say this too. Someone said to me, oh my God, why is all of our people of power or people of name all end up being degenerates? Because they pick degenerates. Allegedly. I love TikTok shop. I do. And the reason why I say they pick them, it is because it's not ironic. This is the band that kept telling us gonna be their dude. He's gonna do all this stuff. This man is great. He's amazing. He's this, that, and the third. And this man out here living a double life. Man was married with a whole freaking family. Wait a minute, how did that go away? Hold on a second. How did we lose that? Give me a second. How did I lose it just that fast? Boop, there she goes. She back up there. But yeah, that man had a whole freaking family. And he out here in the hotel, got caught up in a hotel room with them two white tea men. And they said, won't nothing but pussy juice and meth. And allegedly, I don't know if I can say that. Left, we're gonna call it left. Left was everywhere. And pussy juice, left and pussy, everywhere, all around the scene. And then I was in there thinking to myself, you know, if you out here doing that, I can't even trust. I'm friend. I can't even be friends with you if you living like that. Let alone let you come out here and speak for the people. And then, okay, boom, fast forward. He's off the scene. We all forgot about it because he came out. Hey, I dabble. I dabble in the dudes. But it's not like that. So, but fast forward to the podcast. Now, I have brought up him and Angela Rye's podcast on multiple occasions because I always say this. As your number one YouTubian struggle streamer, myself, L. Priest, nice to meet you. Appreciate you for showing up again. The number one YouTubian struggle streamer. If I am the number one YouTubian struggle streamer, I want to make sure that everybody understand my platform don't touch nobody. Luckily, you showed up. But for some reason, these people, Andrew Ryan and all these other people, these folks, I knew won't show up for nothing. Hold on 1 second. I got something going on. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I got to fix this light. Hold on. Yeah, we're back. All right. Boom, right there. I had to make sure I fixed that light. It was all in the way. Good luck. Couldn't see nothing. So anyways, but he got that going. So I knew him and Angela Rye. I knew they won't bout nothing. And I knew they won't bout nothing because every time, see these people, well, I always give them a hard way to go is why I get the Joy Reed's a hard way to go, the Roland Martin's a hard way to go. I give them a hard way to go because of this. I can't talk to officials who say that they care, who actually are going to go into these rooms and vote yay or nay. I don't get to talk to them. If I roll up on one of them and ask a question, oh, excuse me, sir, no, move. Security, that's what you're gonna get. Shout out to Black Alpha and them that be going and running up on people. I love it. I be loving that, man, sharing that. But, so what I want people to know is that these are the people that they keep telling us care about you. Now, Andrew Ryan, Andrew Gillum out here telling people what they like, didn't like, the politics, this, that, and the third, and you out here living like this. Now, just imagine if one of them Republicans, because mind you, Republicans and the Democrats get online or on TV and they just go at each other. So, of course, I expect a Megyn Kelly not to like an Angela Rye and an Angela Rye not to like a Megyn Kelly. So just imagine Megyn Kelly and her co-host, one of them out here on that powder and running erratic in their car. What do you think they're gonna do? Angela Rye and this dude, they gonna pick at them, dog them, how they hypocrites? And I'm just saying, that's what I think is hurting us. There's real no, look, I don't care that you perfect or not perfect. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not even looking to say whether you perfect or not perfect. I'm not looking for perfection. I think that's the reason why people fell in love with Tupac so much, politically. We fell in love, I was a teenager, but I think the reason we fell in love with Tupac is because he presented something that we all were. We were flawed. We also were connected to what was going on, but we also cared. That is the best person to be out there. You don't need a Martin Luther King, a Malcolm X to run that straight and narrow anymore. For one, that thing is too hard to hold up. Classic example. King couldn't survive in today's world. With all these cameras, shoot, the stuff he was doing on his personal time, that's his business. Now, I always tell people, Monday through Saturday, all day long, that man, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, sir, what you think? What we need to do? I'm with you. I don't know about the nonviolence part, but I'm with you. Sunday morning, Doc, don't talk to me. I'm joking. Let me leave it alone. This touches up. But we don't need that. No one needs that. And what you need is someone who's real, someone who represents what they see every day, but they actually getting something done. I give you an example of what I mean for myself. I always feel like what made me get into the conscious world, as people used to say back in the day, was that I was seeing, like I say, shout out to Sinetta page on YouTube. Sinetta, House of Consciousness. I saw so many intelligent black men, whether I agree to disagree with their viewpoints, just to know that brothers who look like everyday black men were out here learning, educating themselves, was well more intelligent than the average person from another group. I don't want to single them out. But I also know that we lack opportunities. The only reason why they're not thriving, those brothers are brilliant. A lot of them were brilliant. I can name them by name, but we'll be on here for a while. So when I'm watching these brothers, those brothers impacted me to make me want to do something else, be something else, because they look like me. They carried themselves like me. They look flawed like me. They didn't have to carry themselves like pastors and preachers and things like that, politicians. And then you find out later in life that the ones with the suits on are worse than anybody else. The street dude ain't got nothing on what Andrew Gillum probably don't produce or been involved in. And I just say that all the time, like classic example. I was listening to a podcast yesterday afternoon. Had a guy, sister girl, what's her name? Goddamn, what's the sister girl name? Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett was on there. She was like, shout out to black women on the 4th of July, because black women is amazing and black women did everything, black women are this. And I'd be like myself, why y'all always trying to separate us at all times? If you took July 4th to single out somebody, how about single out everybody that you say he had it on the plantation? How about we were all on there suffering? How about when I get here, I'm not gonna just sit out here and single out somebody just randomly. Now, if someone asks her about women, that's different. But this whole divide, women is the backbone, and no, black folks have been the backbone. If you get 90% of one and 86, 87 of the other group, then you getting the backbone that's coming from black folks. No, that's just the way they still trying to get both of you to vote for them, but also separate you at the same time. I don't want to make it about politics, but it bothers me when I see people like him. Because I know all of them out there living up. I remember they caught Sheila Jackson Lee before she passed away. God rest her soul. Sheila Jackson Lee was running racket on black folks. Won't she was out here making stuff. Anyway, I digress. But even though she out here faking it allegedly with the HR 40, we knew that wasn't going nowhere because it was just a study. Like we don't get told this story about slavery 8,000 different ways. Hey, look, I've been around for a while and I've seen documentaries, movies, writings, books, television specials, after school specials. Y'all remember them from the 80s? You go after school, they had this little special, always something dealing with some social issue. All them, the midnight movie at night, Saturday Night Main special. It's just all these different plays that you seeing. It was telling you about slavery. So you don't mind telling me about what I came from. But the moment you got to pay for it, oh shit, we need to understand what we're looking at. We don't know how to even figure out who was a slave. You know what? I tell you what, if you don't know how to figure out who was a slave, just pick on all the people that are American born, that you disenfranchised today, that are melanin descent, black American folks, just give them all the check, because that's who they all affected by. You know how to find us then. You know how to find us when it's time to get a mortgage and you don't want us in your neighborhood. You know how to find me when you want to know how to weed out all of our resumes. Did y'all hear about that Workday? I know half of y'all, if not majority of y'all that's in here, have some form of work that have to deal with Workday before. And to find out that Workday algorithm through their AI is literally, soon as you upload, boop, your shit will go up. They say, oh, this Negro, put it in we don't send it to nobody, pal. So like 90% of black folks who uses this thing doesn't even get access to the actual employers themselves. They never even see them. No, that's just a coincidence. It's just another coincidence. Another coincidence. Didn't they tell you that ChatGPT and what's that, Copilot and Clive Russell, what's her name? I don't know her name, but you know what I'm talking about. Didn't they tell you all these people was here to serve you? You just tell it what you need to know and they'll give you the information. It cannot lie. It explained to me why I can't get this mother. Some days I'm talking to this thing, I'm trying to get this thing to like create a thumbnail. That goes against our community guidelines. Anything to do with race that's true that happens to black folks, unfortunately, that goes against the parameters that I can use. I've seen all this. So I want people to know this. I want you to know that when we get to this AI world and they can't, sorry, it's just the AI. It obviously can read your vitals. No, that thing still has a programmer. And it's already programmed that Negroes can't ask certain things, Negroes can't know certain things. There are certain places that they're not gonna go to access information to tell Negroes when you ask for it. 'Cause remember, it's supposed to scour the internet for all the stuff that you're looking for. It's like, oh, nope, we ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. That's what they tell you. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, that's the only thing I really want to say about him. If you gonna be on the narcotic, and I'm okay if you are. That's your business. You like it, I love it. I ain't talking about that. Because Marion Barry, I salute Marion Barry. Still to this day, that black man made black folks in his area millionaires. PG County, all because of Marion Barry. And he said that set him up. So I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. So that's what I'm saying. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. Let me throw this up here. I'm gonna throw it. Let's see if they get it. Boop. Let's see. Let's throw it up and see what happens. All right, people, because like I said, it is random Friday. Let me take it down for a second, because I know them. They're subject to hit me with a warning for putting it up. But let me put the chat around. We're going to get into random day. All right, hold on a second. Hit the like button, people. Come on there. Where you at? Hey, come on. There you go. Come on, thing. There we go. Hit the like button, people. Share the live as you come on there. I know you may agree, you may not disagree, but hit that thing. Let's get this thing popping. It's Friday, people. Let's get some energy in the room, all right? Let's get some energy in the room. Let's pick up the story a little bit. So what do I want to talk about? I got so many different directions that we can actually go in. Where do I want to go? Let's see where we at. Let me go up here. Again, I appreciate for all the people who showing up again. It's Friday. You know, y'all could be anywhere, man. We out here kicking it. We having a good decent time. I want to make sure that we have a good time today. I know that it's not always going to be fun, but today we're going to try to keep it light. What's up here first? Let me see.
Get ran off our land. Okay.
No, we're not going to start that. We're not going to start that. That's too heavy, too fast. Hold on one second. Let's see what we got. Hold on. I know we echoing on the thing, L died, but give me a second. It's going to stop echoing. Let's see. What do I want to go first? Let's do this one.
Time is reportedly speeding up so fast that clocks around the world are no longer matching up, and many are warning we are all in danger. People were terrified after a man went viral with two phones side by side, one completely disconnected from the internet on airplane mode for over a year, and one that stayed online, and the clocks no longer matched, with many now saying our time is speeding up every single day. Haunting reports show candles that once burned for 24 hours made by monks now burn only in 18, with the monks warning that they never experienced anything like this, nor have they changed anything about these candles in centuries, with many.
So basically what I get, hold on one second. So basically what I get from that is this. Somehow, some way, I've talked about this before. People, hit the like button, shut the light, bring it on in. Let me get real. This is where we at. So we talking time travel now. So if you couldn't hear the young man on the screen, basically what he's saying is that a man took, and I did this as well, and I'll tell you again, guys, how it happened to me. This guy basically said to himself, what did he say? Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you, California. But I'll say it this way. So basically, this guy said he took a clock, and I'll tell you mine, just tell you my story because it's a lot easier. I got in my car one day. My car is not on the grid. You know the grid. The grid is the cell phone. It's your laptop. It's your iPad. It's your tablet. It's all those things. The time updates on its own. Daylight savings come, you don't have to set it and forget it anymore because it does it on its own. But my car, you know when you get in there, when that time change, hour go up, hour go back, I got to go in there and manually fix it in my car. Boom. Noticed it one day, this was about 2 years ago. Noticed that I went to go do that in my car. Time, daylight savings happened. Can't remember if it was going up or back, but all I remember was my time was not just off by the hour, it was off by the minutes. So let's just say I got in the car and my clock said 2 o'clock, but it was 3 o'clock. Mine said 2:01, that clock said 3:09. So I said, okay, so let me go do 3, and then I brought the other one down to 01 because it was 3 o'clock. And 1 second. So then, 1 minute. So we did that, brought it back, set it and forget it. I'm talking a long way, but I'll get there. So then basically came back about 6 months later, didn't think anything of it. 6 months later came back, it was 10 minutes behind. Again, my clock in the car was 10 minutes behind my cell phone. And I couldn't understand why, because my car hadn't been disconnected. I never had disconnected the battery the whole 9. It ran. I knew something wasn't right. So now I'm starting to pay attention to it. I said it again, I didn't worry about it. Did it again, I was like 12 minutes off this time. Appreciate that, pimp. But I'm telling you, that's how I know time is speeding up. Another thing, again, are you not feeling how the weeks are blowing by? I'll give you another thing. This is my common sense thing of looking at it, how I think I know time is speeding up. I've given the technical way. I've done it on paper. Other people doing it. Like even this video, he's basically saying that monks have candles that burn 24 hours. And when their 24-hour candle goes out, they know it's been 24 hours. These candles are only burning at 18 hours now. At 18, close to 19 hours. That's where it's at. We're losing time. See, we're not even paying attention to the seasons anymore. Remember, you knew when daylight savings happened and you lost that time and then 4 o'clock came, 5 o'clock, it's pitch black dark. They doing it now, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, it's still light outside. That's because we're not in the same season we're supposed to be in. I'm having days in the summertime where I'm at on the East Coast that is colder in the summertime than it is in the wintertime. Pay attention this year, guys. When the tree's supposed to start losing its leaf, it's not going to do it. See, the subtleties, we have lost connection to the earth, so we don't even know this is happening to us. It's a subtlety that's happening, but if you're not paying attention, you ain't seeing it. Where are the fucking fireflies at? I mean, the lightning bugs. That's what we call it. See, it's cold in LA. Look, Cooper. I lived in Orange County for 4 years. When I tell you, some of them evenings, it was so freaking cool. So I was like, man, they said, now, true enough, it didn't never rain much in Southern California. And it shouldn't. Y'all infrastructure can't handle no raindrop. Side note, people, if you hear it's raining in LA, Orange County, don't go out there. Them people can't drive. They cannot drive in no rain. They'll kill you. Yeah, me, pew, pew. But anyway, all right, people, I think people don't understand what we have going on right now is that we are losing time. Another example I use, to me, I'll tell you what happens. I know that we're speeding up time. I was sitting here looking at old TV footage. Like somebody put it on the screen, like when Harriet and Carl were on Family Matters. The first season, they were supposed to be like 32 and 33 or something. You like Carl, who looked 50. Harriet, who looked like she was senior citizens age at this point. But now you got people in their 40s, women in their 40s look just as fly as women in their 20s. Now I know they drinking their water and eating their cucumbers and praying, meditating, and getting their emotional intelligence up. I know they doing that in Pilates. I can't leave out Pilates. They doing Pilates too, but I know that's happening. But I'm telling you, men in their 50s looking like they in their 30s. You know what I'm saying? This happens. Like it's crazy to me. What is it? What's her name? Shit. What's your name? AGL, whatever name. I can't tell you what your name is, Sugarfoot. If you got a question, put it in here. Tell me what you want to talk about. I have to screen you before I can let you up. Anyways, people put crazy stuff on the screen when you don't do that. But anyways, I digress. But anyways, look, guys, let me move on from that. But I just want people to know, look, we are losing time. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but I can feel it. I can tell it. It is definitely happening. Yeah, and see, oh my God. See, people don't know, Cooper, when we lose the bees, it's over. It's a wrap. That means that we don't have nothing left at this point. The whole ecosystem is going to come down, crashing down. See, well, I don't think, let me say this real quick before I move on. I don't think people realize that, I don't think these people care that they're crashing out the ecosystem. Remember, we're losing our water supply. They're literally at this point, like right now, they're literally due to electricity poles and the water supply and the AI databases and everything. They are crashing out our ecosystem. Now, how do you sustain that? I think of people with a zero birth rate don't care. To me, it's starting to feel like either one or two things has happened. Either one, that zero birth rate them folks got right now, meaning that they are pew-pewing faster than they are being born. If they're pew-pewing faster than they're being born, they don't care what's going to happen, what's left. And it's almost like, if I can't have it, you ain't going to have it either. Let me crash it out before we go. That could be one. Or two, it has to be with all these bunkers and all them taking all of these funds and food supplies and all this stuff underground. I don't know if y'all heard about it. Again, I've talked about this before. These bunkers, they are putting these bunkers everywhere, underground. And I'm starting to wonder, somebody said this one time and it got me to thinking about it. Is these AI data centers that they're sucking the water out, are they taking, is this just a scam to take the water and they're taking it down below the surface? Like, go watch the TV show, God damn it, Paradise. I think that's the name of it. Go look at that show. It got Sterling Brown, Sterling K. Brown, something like that. Black dude, really, really good actor, dude. He's in it. And they basically went underground and they live in a city that's like half of the mountain, half of underground. What you say that you said for the blockchain? I can't, a lot of times they can't even go with what they be saying a lot of times. One thing I've learned about the dominant society is this. If they're telling you something, they lying. Oh, you saw that. See, the show right there, pay attention to shows like that. Pay attention to these shows where people are going underground and they're constantly talking about. I've seen a couple of shows like this. I'm that dude. I like those types of content. Start paying attention to the La Breas when they got portals that they're going into, and then you got CERN. Like, one thing I'm gonna tell you too, people, when you notice no one really tells you what CERN is. They'll say, oh, it's a particle generator. What the fuck does that mean? What is it? What are you doing this for? Why are y'all devoting so much time, effort, and energy? Why y'all have so many people? Why is it when y'all do stuff down there, y'all doing rituals? Go look this stuff up. They kind of crazy over there at CERN. Allegedly. I don't know. I've heard this. But I'm just saying, go over there and check them out, because something ain't right. And and I want people to say this too, look. Remember, in America, they have taken your entire way of manufacturing and gave it to another country. Your call centers going to either another country or AI at this point. They are now crashing out all of your retail. Remember, all your retail, Macy's, the Belts, the Leggett's, the JCPenney's, all of the, what do they call them? Kind of corner stores of the malls. All of them are closing. And if you know those department stores are closing. If those close, then you know the mom and pops are going to close down. I had one that closed down on me. I know what everybody goes through when it comes to this. Then when you get into the point where staple restaurants have, no one can eat the food anymore because it's not food and they're closing. Then you got the parts stores, because remember, again, with the cars, they're trying to force people not to use old cars anymore. That's why if you see at the gas station, your ethanol, and especially in regular and in plus, says 15 versus 10 now. That means, I'm sorry to tell you, if you're using that gas, I'm paying more for premium. My car calls for it anyway. And I know eventually they're going to get that too if they ain't already put it in there too. But once they take that out, your car gonna break down, and then you go, oh, no worries, I'll just go replace and fix it at AutoZone. Ain't gonna be no AutoZone. Ain't gonna be no Vans Auto. Ain't gonna be no O'Reilly's. They closing them too. Guess why they closing O'Reilly's and all of them? Because the part places are closing. So if you want to go get an alternator, you want to get a transmission, you want to go get some bolts and nuts and some spark plugs, these places are closing. And then the new cars, they're making it to where now you can't even replace parts generically anymore. You're gonna have to go to the dealer, because he has to program the code to make your car match this right here, because you're a walking freaking they got eyes and microphones and trackers. The car will drive you to the police station if you're doing something you ain't got no business doing. Yes, they want it all. They want it all. They want to take it all. They're going to try to grab it all. They're going to try to, anyway, don't get me, this Friday, people, y'all trying to bring me into this hole of sadness. It's a sad world that we live in. Let me move on. Let me see what else is next. What do we got here?
This video is bringing receipts.
The artifacts found throughout the Americas is undeniable proof of who the true Aboriginal people of the Americas are. The artifacts do not resemble in any way the people that the federal government chose to represent their government as the natives of America. Do you see the resemblance? Neither do I. Countless explorers and
Oh, I'm sorry to tell you guys, you TikTokers, I'm sorry to tell you, if you want to see the content, I cannot show, I technically can show it to you, but every time I do, they start blocking the live. So if you want to ever see what I'm showing on the screen, you have to go over to YouTube to watch it. If you want to, you go over to 300 Radio, and you can do that by hitting 300 Radio and the number 1, no spaces, all in there together. It'll pull this little beautiful face. I'm up on the screen right now. You can pull that up, subscribe to the channel. You can watch the live right there. But yeah, you definitely can. You can hear it here. I can't show it to you. These people are crazy. But basically, she's basically said in this video, and I've said this a million times to people who deny Black Americans are the people who have always been here. It is, how do you explain the Mayan artifacts and all of the things that I can't even think of all the names right now. I'm still fasting too, guys. I don't know about y'all, but my brain has been trash. But the Olmec heads, that's what I was saying. Olmecs and the Mayans, and you got all the Aztecs. You got all of this stuff that you see. It always is a Negro. So I was a Black person. I say Negro because I'm using context for the colloquial sense. But these are just indigenous people here. What people need to realize is, what I'm going to tell you, this is what it is. We have all been fed one story. And you get fed that story. And that's why they conquer everything. See, I think the reason why the conquerors conquer everything is because how do we keep this lie going if we don't control all aspects of everything? See, I'm starting to realize as I get older in life that we live in this cloak, or we live in this fairy tale world that is in our minds. Our minds have been told something and we have taken it full sinker. It's those social experiments. I say this all the time, and I'm not to pivot out, but the Love Islands and the ultimatums and the Love is Blinds and the Married at First Sight. All of these shows are social experiments. And they're just doing things to show you that we're on purpose and through conditioning, we're teaching them how to control us better. Big Brother, all of these things, they're watching you for a reason. This is not just to entertain us. They could care less about entertaining us. Look, the people that we always say we can't say their names, they're little hat people, they want it all. They want to control it all, and they don't care who they squash to get it. And so that's why I say if you think any content you get on TV is good for you, it isn't. Like, I know we get some great writers, but majority of the time, the only reason why they greenlight anything is because it's some form of fact it's going to be detrimental to us. I think the days of you allowing someone to do it not detrimental are gone. The Cosby Show days are over. See, when we lost control of our own media, meaning no radio stations, no more production companies, no more all that stuff, when we lost all of that in the late 90s, and they aggregated everything down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 families. Those families, which Fox is always at the back of it a lot of the times, those families control what we see and don't see. And see, that's why I'm such a big fan of independent film, is just because as of right now, and hopefully we can keep it, but as of right now, we live in a world to where we have straight direct-to-consumer access to bypass it all. And I know that the reason why men obviously are not doing it is because they are afraid of the backlash. Has to be, because you cannot tell me that every black man that you see, every black woman who has a level of wealth, don't understand that they need to build for themselves so they can stop asking for them to pay them. Give you an example how I know it. I did an episode earlier this week about Jaylen Brown. Nobody wanted to watch it because I guess no one cared. But I said Jaylen Brown, I've heard other ball players in the NBA. And if you don't know Jaylen Brown got traded. Jaylen Brown got traded from the Celtics to the Sixers. Jaylen Brown got traded. This man is a model and citizen for black folks. I love this brother. Everything he represents. And then they turn around and tell you he's a problem, and then don't give you a reason why he's a problem. Yo, I'm gonna tell you why he's a problem. This is why he's a problem. This is why Jaylen Brown's a problem.
I hope I ruffle all the feathers, like all of them. The agency model isn't working. It's a bunch of players going broke when they retire. Right. It's like 60% of players within the first 10 years are losing majority of their wealth. Like making millions of dollars, players are going broke. Right. You know, living check to check. Right. Etc. You can blame the athlete, or maybe they living expenses, of course, but they was 18 or 19-year-old when they came into wealth.
I have to pause him right there because I say that all the freaking time. Y'all, not y'all, I won't say y'all. Y'all the intelligent folks. It's the mother is. Them people, I love TikTok. Let me stop. Them folks that say to them brothers, oh, they always squander their money. Don't act like I can tell when a person has never gained a level of any wealth. Because you do not understand, when you go from nothing to up there, you're going to have some hiccups. Even the greats that we talk about, the Will Smith, he took, man, $1 million in debt straight out the gate when he comes out as a child. Kevin Hart, $200,000 in debt. He done messed up his money straight out the gate. Why? Because everybody, we don't know what to do, and these are children. Now stop and ask your average 18, 19-year-old that you know right now, and if you know any in your life, and tell them, how would they do if they just signed a $50 million contract? What effery are they gonna be doing with that money? You can only imagine. So, and I'm gonna let him finish because he's saying what I always say, but I'm gonna let him say it because he articulated it better than me.
The people that represented them didn't help them handle that to no capacity or care to. Nope. You know what I mean? After they get you and they get in your pocket, they just go get the next one and get in his pocket.
Right, absolutely.
And this is what I'm gonna stand on. And this could be controversial. I don't care. Because I lose my platform for who's coming next. If you can't help me at 18 or 19-year-old to maintain my wealth, build a legacy, and keep what I'm earning, and be able to influence me on my decision making, shouldn't be representing me in the first place.
I don't even need him to finish. Get the on. That's what I say to him too. See, that's what I say over here. Hi, I'm L Doubt. Nice to meet you. If you're not following the channel, you actually should, because if you don't follow today, you'll never see me again. It don't work like that over here. Hit the like button, shut a lie. But I'm going to tell you, Jalen is the biggest. Look, they project out to black people every day. Be afraid of the big bad boogeyman. Be afraid of the black guy who's going to take the white woman from us and do. He don't care nothing about that dude. You know why they don't care nothing about the big burly dude, scared dude with the 9mm and the 8? You know why they don't care nothing about them? Because they have a military for them that will squash his little piece that he has in his wallet. What terrifies him is Jalen, a brother who says, no. I don't want to be Nike's next victim. Let me go get money like Nike. I'll put myself, and I say this all the time. If you're a follower here, you know I say this all the time. You are the commodity entertainer, ball player, not the lead, not the coach, not the assistant coach. These people ain't important, you are. So it don't make no sense when you are the man of the team. Or, like I say, in the entertainment world, you are the person everybody's showing up to see, that you don't put your own freaking money up and do your own films. I'm gonna get back to Jalen in a second, but I have to say this. If your name was Dwayne The Rock Johnson 10 years ago, Dwayne The Rock Johnson should have took 20 million of his own freaking dollars to do any freaking movie he wanted to do, even more than that, whatever he did. That man could have took half his freaking wealth and did one movie. If this world ain't what we think it is, and it's a racist piece of you know, then all I know is The Rock put up $50 million, $300 million coming back to him, $400 million coming back just to him. Why? Because everybody shows up for him. When I go to see Bad Boys, I don't care Jerry Bruckheimer did it. I don't care that Michael Bay produced it. I don't care. Great talents, love their work. I'm showing up for Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett. Martin could barely freaking talk in the third one. He did better in the fourth. I appreciate him. I'm glad he got himself together a little bit. I feel so bad for him. That man is one of my icons in comedy. But Martin could barely freaking speak, but I was showing up for Martin in the third one. See, Jalen, get back to Jalen. Jalen is doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Build for yourself. Jalen is talking about pouring into his own community. Jalen is talking about, why do I need a lawyer and an agent and a stylist and a PR? I don't need none of that. You people are leaking off of me. Again, how do you say that you're here to help me? How many movies are we gonna see with some whitey dude in a suit? Hi, I'm Todd. I just want to help you, Tyrone. I just want to be the mentor to help you get your money, get your moms out of the projects. And then he becomes the savior, and all he wanted to do was love on you. But they forgot to tell you in that movie, at the same time he's getting you out the projects, he's taking 80% of your wealth away from you. And Jalen says, I don't want to be the next Kevin Garnett. I don't want to be the next Tony Braxton. I don't want to be the next TLC. And they said, oh, that's a problem. Get rid of him. He has to get out of here. They took their best player. People said Jason Tatum Bellin. He was pre-Achilles tear. Spoken like a person who ruptured his. Thank you. I know exactly what happens when you do it. There is no rehab that's gonna get you back to that moment. He can get close, but he's not gonna ever be the same type. You let him stay and you get rid of the other one, this should tell y'all something. Newsflash, black folks who still think there's some decency left in these people. They told you a black man who is highly educated, who is a scientist, who I think worked at NASA. Even NASA's a big lie, allegedly. But this brother out here talking about building his community. He wanted to start his own shoe company. He wanted to build for others, talking about pouring others. I saw this man on another interview talking about he won't do business with people who are not in the up and up because he don't have to do business that way and he don't want to do business that way. If he has to walk away from a deal because people are trying to leak or steal from someone else, he won't do it. That is honor. That is integrity. That is exactly what they told you they want from black people, and then they still told you you are a problem. So where do black people go if you listening to these folks? Jalen's a problem, and so is the dude that robbed the liquor store. So where do you go? No, you know what I say to that? I say this, black man, black woman, especially black man, I'm talking to my brothers. Let me say this to you, brother. I know that you think to yourself that these people are better than you because they make more money than you. No, they make more money than you because they've rigged the system. But I promise you, I said earlier, I talked about Sinetta and them in his channel. Sinetta had some of the most intelligent men on this show, and they wearing fitty caps, wife beaters, can break down religion like nobody I've ever seen. You got this going on. You got brothers who can recite whole lines and verses from the Quran in Hebrew, Latin. These brothers are amazing. And you thinking that you're less than, no. The reason why they always monetizing you is because you are the fucking value. You are the rock. Jalen says, I'm the rock in Boston, and I'm not going to do it. And they said, nah, you don't build for yourself, brother. You got to get on the program. You notice that every person that don't get on the program is all of a sudden a problem. It's ironic that as soon as Def Jam and Murder Inc. and a couple other places wants to get together and build a distribution company, say, indictments. All of them just criminals. Clive Davis gets to ride off into the old sunset after all of the destruction that man has probably cost people's lives. Hit this like button, shed a light, people. I appreciate you for doing it. You don't take nothing just to say boop, 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 boop. It doesn't. Shed a light. And it doesn't. It just, I'm so sick and tired of having to watch black people go through so much just to get something. And then I watch people just skate through. Like, it just makes no sense. And Jalen, I support that brother, but I hate to tell him. He has a target on him now. And he's gonna say to himself, I didn't even do anything though. And they're gonna still put a target on him. See, I hate to tell black people this. This is what I had learned in my old age, is this. You don't have to do anything to become a target to them folks. You don't. You don't have to do anything, and they still will come after you. If you do good, they're gonna come after you. If you do bad, they're gonna come after you. That just tell them they'll come after you. If you do nothing, I didn't even put it in here. Did y'all see the young man who's walking across the street? Now, I give it to this young brother. He is a G. If you ain't seen this go around the rounds on the internet, go check it out. This young black boy's filming himself. He has a cell phone. Let me put it so you people see me. He put the cell phone in his hand. He was filming the cop. This old dude behind him. Now, you, old man, should be ashamed of yourself. You ain't got nothing better to do in your life than walk around behind a boy. Talking, oh, he's suspicious. He has a coat on. So you want to film him. You want to arrest him. You want to lock him up. You need to detain him. Off to stroke your ego. I say it all the time. Ain't it ironic that they always come for the soft targets that's young men? It's amazing to me that every time you look up, they could somehow, some way, move the thing. Good Lord, hold on a second, guys. Somehow, some way, good Lord. Hold on, good Lord. They figured out somehow, some way. God damn it. Let me get back up there. Stuff getting in the way. They figured out somehow, some way to, at all times, to figure out to make you a problem. Remember, Trayvon's a problem because he wearing a hoodie. Tamir's a problem because he has a toy that he didn't even have I think out of the most egregious out of all of them, it has to be Tamir. And I think that's because Tamir literally, Tamir, he's a child, so you would have known when you rolled up, you could see it with a child. You knew a child. That was just, let's see if I can get away with it moment. That's what that was. There's nothing else you can tell me other than that was just, I just want to get away with it. Because there was nothing else that would make him act that way, to move that way, to jump out and feel the need to do that. Y'all remember around that same time Mike Brown happened, there was a young man in a Walmart that I think they say he was looking at the BB guns or something, and somebody called the police, and the police ran up in there and shot him inside the Walmart because they said that, excuse me, I love TikTok shop. I do. I can't say that. But they did something to him because they said that he was out there, they was afraid of it or something. I can't remember the whole story, but I'm sitting there thinking to myself, these are excuses. Look, when you take off the cloak that these are actually people were afraid, they give you a excuse. I was afraid. I didn't know if he had a gun. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. I didn't know. They never know. But with black people, it's just, let's shoot, make sure we shoot first and then we'll ask. But everybody else, we're going to just wait and see. So if they just doing it to you, if you take the cloak off, that they actually do give a darn in some form of fashion, or you think you got a good one and you just leave it at that, what you generally find at the end is this. You find out that they said you got a bunch of people who are walking around violently towards you, and they're thinking it at all times, and if they can get away with it, they will do it. You wanna know how I know it? Every time you see one of these people hanging from a tree that they got out here now, that are all suicides, randomly all over the South most of the time. So you got, they ain't gonna say the South, because I say it up there up top too. But you got these people hanging from somewhere with their hands tied behind their back, and they figured out how to do that too, and throw themselves over the, anyway. These people, they want to do, it's like, man, that's fun. But you gotta remember where they come from. People, we got photos of these people. They would show up by the thousands. Let me paint a picture for you, since people, they don't like to do it for you. Lynchings and Jim Crow could be so much as this. Hey, Sunday church service, your pastor, white D pastor gets up. Yes, we have Sister Johnson's going to lead us in the song today, and then after we leave today, we have a lynching that we're gonna do later today. So bring your kids out so we can have a picnic. Yes, they had picnics while they castrated black men, and they, well, I can't go into all the things. You know what I would say. Set them on fire. The whole nine. When they done and crisp up, they all take pieces off his home as souvenirs. Go, if you in Georgia, go to a town that's a little bit north of here. It's called Kennesaw. They have Southern memorabilia stores. And you see things like alligator bait dolls and things like that. You see things that these people have. So I want you to now try to wrap your mind around today. The reason why all black people are at the bottom of what we exist is calling this world is because a bunch of people who showed up as a picnic, like it's an attraction to torture someone. And then think to yourself that they didn't pass that same vile nastiness onto the kids. Yes, you know how I know it happens? Because we still see it today. Can you imagine what is happening in small town America that doesn't make the news? See, the only reason why we know about Trayvon, he made the news. Jameer, because he made the news. If it doesn't make the news, it's happening everywhere. I always say this, if you find a business like a H&M and you find out they having some discriminatory, I'm not saying they did, but I remember that the nuisance thing, but I'm just using them as an example right now. H&M, you find out they have been discriminating against black people for this X, Y, and Z reason, and this is what they've been doing. Well, Doug, so is Guess, so is Forever 21, all of them doing it. It's a system. You wanna know how I know it's a system? The same way it works like this. Hey, remember one time when you came, class of them, one time all the people in the service industry of the world were black people in America, remember? When you went to, whether it was a hotel, whether it was cleaning an office, whether it was customer service, whether you at Walmart, whether you at Target, wherever you work, service industry, it was always black people who was always the one working. You remember, this was maybe 20 years ago. Fast forward to today, you don't see us anywhere. It's Consuela and Maria and Pepe. Why? Because they replaced you. As a collective, they got you. Class of them, let's go further. Let's look at sports. Let's look at entertainment. The entertainment world, and I say this all the time, has hired British actors. You wanna know how I know? Because every new thing that they pump to us has a British actor. That's not true. Yes, it is. Classic example. I haven't even looked up the different world cast yet of the new different world. But I promise you, I would be shocked if not half or somebody on that cast, last name is Oladulaye. And that's no disrespect. What I'm saying for it is that it just don't make sense. Why don't it make sense? They Nigerians are here too, you're right. But let's do the math. 50 million black folks from America. 3 million globally from black places, from other places within America. So that's 50 versus 3. Now, if for the last 40 some odd years, the only successful black person that is consistently pumped to black people and their children are ball players, entertainers. These folks are like, and politicians. It's the only thing that you see them forcing down our throats is being successful. And pastors. And see, what did we all turn out to be? Pastors. And we all want to go to Hollywood. Every black boy picked up the rock or played football. We all did it. Let me forget musically too. Because remember, all genres come from black Americans. So we did all of this stuff for 40 plus years. That's all we produced. Fast forward to today. If you have a cast that has black people, majority of them come from the 3 million, not the 50 million. And especially the star is going to be one of the 3 million. But that is just a coincidence. Right? I'm tripping. I shouldn't feel alarmed that it feels like if I don't have a British accent that I'm faking with an American accent that I can't work. And again, I'm not here to dog the people. I'm telling you, I'm cool with some of the actors. It's just you just can't come, and this is not to them. Let me speak to who I'm talking to. Let me keep it, because it sounds like I'm yelling at the actor. No, my thing is, back to my original point, they have a collective system that is in place. So that means Paramount, and that means Sony Studios, and all the rest of them decided that they were all going to be hiring this same type of motherfucker and removing the ones that they didn't want. I say to you all the time, if you come to the L. Scott space, wherever space that is at, I say it all the time. The reason why music is bland overall, you can find a song here and there, I'm not saying you can't. The reason why your movies are bland, not saying that you can't find one that sneaks through that's halfway decent. What I'm saying is to you that the reason why everything is so bland is because you cannot remove the people who started all successful genres of music and still think the music is going to continue to thrive. No. You're not going to take these same black people. Let me give people a newsflash who thinks that white tea actors are better than black ones, that people want to see white tea people over black people. Then explain to me how the black people saved Hollywood in the 1970s, who was ready to go bankrupt, but all of those exploitation films saved it because everybody and their mama was going to see them. Black people are amazing. Why is it every time a new network, WCW, the UPN, Fox, the WB, when I want to come on and I need to get an audience, I'm going to build, even today, Tubi, all of these places decided that they were going to flood us with black content. Why? Because black folks drives the needle. So, now, again, as far back as you can go, young boys all over the world wanted Michael Jordan on their wall. Everybody wanted to be Magic Johnson until he caught that thing. Nobody wanted to be Magic anymore, but you get my point. When Michael Jordan goes overseas, I want to be like Mike. They all want to do it. I don't have a person from Korea that I want to act or be like. But for some odd reason, he wasn't good enough to keep pulling boys from the projects like you was getting for the last 20, 30, 40 years. No, you wanted to give them Cheetos and send them to prison, and then you wanted to bring people from other places. Why would you do that? You're trying to remove black people. I know people think that I'm crazy when I say it, but the proof is in the pudding. You do not take the same people. Again, when was the last time you got your Eddie Murphy? He just was funny. He's hilarious. It's just naturally funny. Oh God, I can't wait to see a new Eddie Murphy movie. Oh, when this what's his name movie coming out? No one does that anymore. You wanna know why? Because don't nobody care. I don't want to go see the dude that played they played Martin Luther King in a movie he's starring in. I really don't want to see him. I don't want to. This is going to be rude, but fuck it. Y'all remember that Netflix movie where the dude was doing, he wanted to be a wine taster. It was a black dude. And he has like this really big Adam's apple. And he was like, oh, he has a really deep voice. But he's not a leading person. I just don't see it. And this is no disrespect. And I'm gonna tell you something I heard this white T guy say one time. He was one white actors one time. He said, and he was one of them crazy. You've seen this guy a lot of times, but he always playing the crazy person in the show. He says, when I got to Hollywood, they let me know early, if you're gonna be in this business, you can't be a leading man. And he said, now that stings, but it's true. He said, so you have to know your positions. He said, so I have friends that they know that they could get in shape, but they're known as the fat best friend. Excuse me, I love TikTok Shop. I didn't say that was his words, not mine. They were the overweight best friend, and they're gonna keep playing that role. But if they lose weight, they're not gonna get any roles anymore. So they know that this is the role for them. People know their position. They want to sell us on a dream and try to lie to us and then think we're gonna fall for it. It don't work. That's why nobody goes. That's why nobody watches. That's why everything gets canceled. You can't sell me on Gabby Sidibe as a leading lady in the movie, and that's no disrespect. But you know, like I know, everybody wants to see the best of something. Stop, mind you, they don't even do this anymore with our culture. They're not even developing new young people to follow and to fall in love with, male or female, especially not the males. There's no more masculine men. They say masculine, what is that? You don't make it on TV anymore. All your masculine men are still the masculine men that we had in the 90s. Will Smith, Jamie Foxx. They get in the movies that Denzel, he's 70, 80 years old at this point. They still trying to put him in a movie where he beating up on people because they don't want to develop a real action star that's a black American who has charisma, who has a talent, who has funny, all those different attributes that we've loved, from the Wills to the Martins to the Eddies to the Eddies. All these people had something special about them. You couldn't deny these guys special. That they were special. But now today they keep trying to say, man, if Fufushe, what's that guy name who played 12 Years a Slave? I can't never say his name. Fufushe. They keep trying to tell us he's the lead man. And I'm sorry, no, he's not. He's not someone that the ladies gonna be like, Fufushe. Oh, I gotta go see his movie. She's not gonna say that. If he running through the street with his shirt open, no woman's like, oh God, seeing that, booking that, going to see that at the theater. No. Brother seeing, like I said, a Gabby Sidibe love story. I'm not sitting back saying, oh my God, I hope they work it out. I don't care. And that's no disrespect. Again, hit the like button, shut it live. I sound rude, but I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on. What else we got in here? People, let me go get into the main subject because I know some of y'all came here to talk about this history stuff. Let's talk about it. All right, so let me go here. Let me play this real quick for you guys because I got a couple of history things that I want to play with you guys. All right, so for the people who were here yesterday we was talking about DNA. Folks be all the time like, DNA, the DNA say you African. DNA say you Nigerian. So you hear this all the time, right? And then when people say, no, well, what about the treaty of this? Or what about this information I read here? Or what about this right here? And I saw him, people like, the DNA still say you African, boy. And the whole point I try to say is that even the DNA is flawed. What's good, Big? The DNA is totally flawed. There's nothing real about that because, like, mind you, once you sending Chihuahua saliva in and you giving them 80% Nigerian and 10% Asian, you've already flawed the system. It's not real. Their own paperwork tells you that it is for entertainment purposes only. Oh, that's just something they have to. No, they shouldn't have to say that. If it's a replicable business that actually is doing what it says it does, it wouldn't tell you it's for entertainment purposes. Another thing they can't do is that they can't say any stuff because the stuff is forever changing. Did you know that the DNA is always forever changing? And it's always forever changing because they always, and I'm gonna call it scanning. They always scanning new people's blood and new people's DNA, and people are constantly moving around all the time. And you know Africans, they always moving. Y'all are nomadic, for real. Y'all don't stay in one place. That's why it wouldn't make any sense to say to someone that they could actually say that they was from this part of Africa when these people weren't here 100 years, 200 years ago. And then again, I tell people all the time, the easiest way to, the reason to know that this is all a lie when it comes to the DNA is this one fact that's in their own paperwork. They took the DNA from Africans and Black Americans and they compared the two. And out of them, they had over 70 different things that did not match, and they had a handful that did. They removed those and they kept the other one and said, hey, brother, this your cousin. Whoa, what about the other stuff that you took out that matched native people from here? Oh, that's just trash. We don't need that part. See, that one right thing, it null and voids your story. My brother here, like I said, I have, let me pull this up, because I may be able to show you guys on TikTok. I'm gonna try to show you guys. I'm sneaking in for a second, but hold on a second. But they got videos up there, and they got pictures out there with Zuzu of nothing but native people be black people. It's nothing but black people. All the native pictures. Let me see if I can find one I can show you guys. I had a couple of things. Hold on. What's this one? Is this? No, that's Shannon. No. That's the dinosaur one. That's the me. Shoot, I can't get down. Anyways, I can't find it right now. I don't know what it is. It's bothering me that I can't find it. But what I'm telling people is that none of this stuff is real. What it all boils down to is this. And like I've been learning, I'm always diving into this information. Look, I'm going to tell you like this now. If you want to know, if you're a black American, you feel lost, right? I'm going to definitively tell you right now the easiest way and the best way for you to start feeling like you're somebody and it's going to start feeding you and you're going to start going down the path of intelligence and you're going to want to be somebody is, I promise you, dive into your culture. What I mean is, once you start realizing that all of this, I need to stop saying this because they're going to come for me after a while. All of this stuff is ours. See, when they did stuff like these treaties and they do all these other things where they set people up or they change the paperwork. See, this is what happened. Let me go tell people this is what happened. Again, I tell people all the time, how does a minute group of people, the white D person, as they said, how does the minute group of people come to a whole nother people's continent that they admit had millions of people on it and wipe them out with muskets? You can't do that. Yes, they want your DNA so they can target you. Yes, they make up chemicals and bio warfare against us through our DNA, and we're voluntarily giving it to these people, and they're giving us back entertainment purposes. Sorry about that, off-road. You were right, though. So you really think these people did all of that? No. These people changed the paperwork. They are paper genociding us. Every time you look up, something's changing. Words change, looks different. And then what they do is they stand on the words that they've changed it to. It's just word changes. We was talking about a space yesterday, and it was talking about the firmament, things like this. Why did the Bible or the people in the King James Version and all the rest of them change? Why did y'all feel the need to remove the firmament from the Bible when it's in there so many times? See, I need my people to understand this. Once you take off them rosy colored glasses that there is a white tea savior, that there is some good ones out here, and I don't mean all of them are bad. What I'm saying is the system ain't designed for them to help you. Yes, Walter Plecker system. Yes, you're right. I'm just saying it's not designed to help you. It is always put in this place to take you out. The reason being is this. The story that you were fed, none of it's real. I will keep beating this drum beat until we get it to people's head. Where we're at now in this world is this. The world that we lived in, black people in America, I'm going to say it, we're special. This land that you were on, people say this was the old world. Honestly, I'm going to say it this way. They are always constantly digging up bodies out of all the soils. They're constantly seeing old structures that they're trying to pass off as stuff that they found in. They're always finding some shit all the time. So they are always trying to pass that stuff off to us. And I just know to myself, globally, there are star forts. Globally, there are cathedrals they should not have been able to build. Yes, people call it Turtle Island. I mean, like you say, I've heard the Turtle Island. I've heard the, Pangea. All I say is, I don't think we're ever going to really know. These people have hidden it 38 different thousand ways. And there's only probably a select few people who ever get to learn the true origins of where we get and how we got here. But what I want us to get to is and understand this. I want us to get to a point to where I'm telling you is this. It doesn't even matter in this point. Do like me. Leave it up to me to keep diving deeper and then connecting the dots. But I can tell you for the rest of us, just be proud to know when you see anything that is old. I'm talking about the streets, the road. Mind you, people, I always say this to people. People don't get what I mean when I say this world was amazing before they came here. It was amazing. Meaning, if you have tunnels that can go from New York to California, and they say they built it at the same time they were building buildings on top of it, that don't even make sense when you ain't got enough people. So what I need people to understand is this. You have to understand that the infrastructure, the railroads that they said they made enslaved people do. I'm not saying our people didn't do part of that. What I'm saying is a large portion of that was already laid by our people. See, why I want people to understand this is this. You know what the difference between a slave and a skilled worker is? Because see, what I want someone to tell you is when you see the Capitol building, when you see the White House, when you see these old cathedrals, when you go see Fifth Avenue in New York with all these old world structures, when you go to Chicago, the most amazing looking city in the world to me, you either got a slave or you have someone that's a skilled person there. That's a skill set. A slave is going to produce whatever you beat him into doing. You want to know, when you show up at Target on Sunday, you say, I ain't come here to work. You're not skillfully laying t-shirts on top of each other. You put it up there till it's sufficient. This stuff is methodical. Go look at the outsides of these buildings. Look up. Look at all of the statues that they're done with these. They are not doing this with chisels. No, black people were amazing. We are amazing. And they are so afraid. And I would be too. I just need us to wake up at this point. We gotta wake up at this point. I mean, everything in their mama is pointing to. I just described what this amazing place looks like. And mind you, this is everywhere. This is not just the cities that are named. Somebody made a good point yesterday. Even the small town America, they had the same layout in all small town America. What was it? That same street. If you know you come from a small town, it has a main street with a bunch of brick buildings on it on both sides, and that's your main street. Union Station, oh my God. Union Station, the lie of Union Station is astronomical off-road. Did they tell you that story, that thing? It is the most astronomical lie I have ever heard when it comes to building. And mind you, again, these are supposed to be skilled. You gotta have multiple skilled people. This is not one person. Again, how do you take, and they're trying to tell you that some peasants from overseas got off a boat with some raggedy shoes on and was able to chisel out and make this beautiful world that you see for the, no. They tell us today, if I don't have a high school diploma, I can't flip a burger at McDonald's. You telling me a peasant was able to go up on Union Station and build that? No, what it is, this is what it is. There's a program that they get. All white people get this program. You get here to America, you get on the program. Program is, we built everything, they built nothing. They belong to us. We can do things to them that they can't do to us. If someone is doing something to you of them, just find one of us, especially authority, we will protect you at all times. We can't say this out loud, and we may have to actually punish some of you who gets too out of line that is harming the group. But outside of that, we would go out our way to, at every turn, to absolve you from anything that you ever did. This goes from the person who works at Starbucks all the way to the billion gazillionaire. That is the system that cloaks them in to beat you. That is why they can only represent 8% of the world and still dominate you, is because they have that code. On top of that code. What? Let me leave that alone. But that's why they get you like that. And that's how they beat us. Remember, they have okie doke us into believing we are the minority. Remember, they call us a minority. You will have Africans come from over the continent and say, I'm a minority. You are not a minority. You coming from a mostly populated area. You should never use that word. See, these words matter. Do you know minority only means, when you get down to the etymology of the word, it only means it's like a minor that needs to be taken care of. See, again, they get us with words. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be the etymology police that's going to come out and say, no, brother. You know the word governor means to hold. It means to restrict. I'm not saying it is, but I'm not saying it in that way. I'm saying it in the way of this. If you don't understand the meaning of a word, they can always fool you. You want to know how I know it? Why do you think kids today are still signing these bad contracts? I appreciate that. But that's why everybody signing these bad contracts, because they don't know legalese. And then you have to ask yourself, how did your lawyer not catch stuff? Remember, a lot of these people still get these contracts passed over by lawyers. Say, yep, everything's in standard. You mean standard that they're going to take from me? Yeah, they're going to rob you blind. But it's the standard one that they take. It's still more than the other ones. See, what it is this. The world is designed in a way that we are not supposed to win. It is an unwritten rule that they live by. They live by common law. Like I tell people all the time, the reason why I don't rock with people like Rolling them, because Rolling them is disingenuous to you. They're lying to you. I'm gonna tell you how I know they're lying to you. You just need to vote. You need to vote. If you want laws passed, you need to vote. They can pass 8 billion gajillion laws. But if they won't enforce if they don't make the cop enforce the law, or if they don't make the judge enforce the law, then what good is the law? Remember, y'all said the Kyle Rittenhouse case, that judge represented Kyle. He's supposed to be impartial, and he's representing the boy. And don't let them fool you, because they'll say, no, that's not, shut up. I'm sorry. I love TikTok shop. I do. Well, I cannot stand when people try to gas you, and they say, no, what you saw, you didn't see. Brother, if you don't get out my face, you might as well just stand on what you did and leave it at that. But this whole, no, don't do that. We're not doing that. What's going on naturally? So no, we're not doing that today. So, but no, it's just, I know that it's so much different information. Look, from the slave trade not being able to be possible, I'm talking about the amount of people that they said that they brought. From all of the documents that I've read for myself, that not only American documents, I'm talking about South American documents, things like that too. Oh yeah, Roland definitely a plant. Roland, I'm sorry, you were giving me sidetrack. I talk about Roland all the time. Roland is, his whole job is to get paid for himself and to regurgitate historical facts. Now, great, you're doing it, but you're in a position, like, for example, when he interviewed Kamala, put me in the chair. Please put me in the chair with Barack Obama, with Kamala Harris. Put me in the chair with Donald Trump. He can, with his little slick talking self, put me in the chair with him. I just ask him questions, he gonna troll out. Or they like to say he gonna chimp out. I promise you, Trump would chimp out if I'm talking to him, because he's not gonna answer no questions. Because at the end of the day is, remember, all politicians today is not to answer your question. If it's a valid question that needs to be said or asked, their whole job is to deflect. So Trump would chimp out. Obama would get angry and would, I'm not doing this interview anymore. He would crash out. Kamala would lean on the fact that she's a woman. Oh, how dare you? It would be something like that. But no one's going to answer my question. Because it's very simplistic questions. Kamala Harris, if you're running for president now, why in the hell would anybody vote for you when you didn't do anything for them for the last 4 years? And you voted and you ran on the backs of black people. You know the only reason why some people voted for the man who had lost his mind and put us in prison in '94, crime bill, was because they thought you were a black woman that you sold us on, that now you did nothing for. Do you know Kamala Harris actually got some legislation passed multiple times for East Indians and for Asians as alike, all that, and did nothing. And it's simplistic, and I agree, because she's number 2. It don't really matter, but you can see where I'm just saying, you can see where her allegiances lie. When you see these, I would say this again, look, people, look, we got a few more minutes. It's Friday. Let's talk a little. Let's just talk turkey. Okay, let's talk turkey. Why is it that every facet of life always seems something's off? What do I mean? From your politician, to your entertainer, to your sports player, to your YouTuber, to any person that moves the needle in this country today, that is a black person, that 90-something% of the time has a white T person on their arm. I don't care if the black person is a homosexual, if the black person is a male or a female. You gonna have you somebody of another race with you. How is it that over 85% of black folks that are married to other black people, but again, statistically the anomalies happen, just like with the British actors we was just talking about. Somehow, some way, even though they represent the minute group, they can represent the whole every time. How is it, another situation, that they tell us that there's no difference between black Americans and Caribbean black Americans and Africans in America and South Africans and none of this. They say all of this stuff, there's no difference. Why are you separating yourself? Then can you explain to me how in our own black caucus, there are more Caribbean people than it is black American people? How is it NAACP is the same way? How does all of our prominent politicians that get into position are all foreigners? All of them. Come on now, Jasmine, foreigner. Obama, foreigner. Kamala, foreigner. Didn't he get, Andrew Gillum, did we get the meth head? I'm sorry. I love TikTok shop. I'm sorry. I appreciate that. I do. I love y'all for that. But I'm just saying what you saying. It's just, look, okay, let's keep going. There is just ways to see that the fix is in. Let's keep moving. Hip hop is the number 2 commodity coming out of America for the longest time. Killing the game, even when they ran it in the ground with nothing but gangster and booty shaking. It still was the number 2 commodity coming out of America. And America said, nah, let's stop producing rappers from the hood. Let's transition to Caribbean music and Afrobeats. And all we're gonna do with both of them a lot of times, especially Afrobeats, is use the undertones of R&B and hip hop from Black Americans to be the backdrop of their music. What? That's just another coincidence, isn't it? Come on, man. Come on, man. We gotta stop it. Stop. I'll give you another one, and I've seen this firsthand. My daughter, my beautiful daughter, who's a little scientist. My daughter is a scientist of chemistry. My daughter's a beautiful baby. My baby, when she went into grad school a few years ago, when she entered into grad school, she said that it was a group of young men and women that saw her and at like an orientation, and they came in and they all rushed over to her and they said, "What country are you from?" she said, "North Carolina." You want to know why? Because they have prioritized, and this is their words, not mine, foreign blacks over us, even at your own HBCU. HBCUs, you know the schools that they started just for you? Do you know they have set aside just for foreign black people to come here that you can't access? Why would they do that to you? That don't make no sense, do it? It does make sense. They here to replace you. I don't know why people can't understand it. And I'm gonna tell you again, let's just tie it all in. The reason why they're here to replace you is because this was all yours. From the beautiful buildings of Chicago and San Francisco and Bunker Hill of LA, like I was talking about yesterday, to Galveston, Texas, to Tampa and Miami, Florida. Beautiful places. Atlanta, Georgia, the whole nine. Let's get Asheville, North Carolina, Philadelphia. I'm just naming some that just pops in my head. These places were magnificent places, not no TP and huts that they sell you on. And I'm gonna give you a common sense way to know that no one comes to a place that has TP and huts. You wanna know how I know it? The people who get on the caravans now from South America and they walk to America. You remember under Joe Biden, they did it and said, "Hi, John. On this news episode, we're watching the caravan come up through South America. They're in Venezuela now. They're heading into such and such. They'll be in the American borders very soon. Let's pan and show them the caravan." And they'll pan out to be thousands of them motherfuckers. It's coming. You know what they don't do? They don't stop off in small towns that's off the grid, that's out the way, that they could probably get a piece of land, maybe some seeds that they brought from home and grow their own food. Because remember, they all allegedly coming from war-torn places that they are all able to walk out of in caravans alive. I don't know how that works, but I digress. But they walk in here. Why don't they stop at one of them places and live off the grid? You want to know why? Because it ain't popping there. Where it's popping at is in America. The same way America's always been popping. You don't get the Portuguese and the French and the Spaniards and the British and everybody in between, all of them to decide that they're going to get their asses on boats, whether they were black or white Europeans, because don't let them fool you. European it's not synonymous with white at that time. But all these people hopped their asses, whether it was a plane, train, or automobile, because I don't even believe the story is just a boat. I'm telling you, the old world was more advanced than we are today. I proved it yesterday. I can do it again. You just say, "Yes, I want to know what you mean." I'll tell you. But however they got, everybody and their mama wanted to be here. The same way today, people will cry, cheat. I saw a car the other day with some Haitians, because you know they're sending the Haitians away. They had 98 people in a Honda Civic, a 98 Honda Civic. I don't know what kind of car it was. It was a hatchback. And their car was tiny. And they had 38,000 of them in there, and they just all got out. The little girl at the last, she was bent up so bad in the inside that she couldn't even get out of the car. Her legs was like numb. That's how bad they don't want to go home. And you want to know why you don't go home? Because I do believe this. I don't believe everybody knows how to make an amazing world. What do I mean when I say that? Majority of the world isn't advanced. Majority of the world, like you said, you have open defecations in some places in the world. This is not to shame. I'm not shaming. I'm just saying, I'm telling you, and this is nobody, and I'm not playing. I'm not here to shame anybody. I am not that person. And so I say that with all the straight face in the world. I'm telling you, this world, people do not know how to produce or build for themselves. But I just know Black Americans are people that you said you had on a plantation. As soon as they got off, they created another magical world for themselves until you come tear it down again. Why? Because something about Black people just know how to build. And that's why you are always attacking Black people, because you don't want them to keep building. The amazement that you see in this country was built by your people. And it don't stop there. Whatever catastrophic thing that happened in this country that caused things like the Grand Canyon to go out, that caused homes to get sucked up through mud floods and things like that, for all this stuff to happen, I can only imagine another one. We have, like they said, less than 10% of the old world buildings still left in this country. They've torn them all down. Remember, the Great Flood of Chicago was not, the Great Fire of Chicago was not a fire. It was a bombing of Chicago. Excuse me, I love TikTok Shop. Did you know the night that Chicago went up in flames, 6 or 8 cities all around the Great Lakes all went up in flames the same night? They didn't go into flames, they bombed. How do I know this? Because stone don't burn. Wood do. Them buildings, go to Chicago, touch the buildings. You can put a match under that all day long. That ain't going nowhere. So what it is that they went all over, and this is the crazy part, because I know a lot of these people have heard this now. But what some of the people have not heard, they don't realize this is this. Every major city in this country and damn near all over the world has a fire story. Meaning somewhere after the 1800s, going into the 1900s, they said that building after building after building after building all came burning down. And they give you a story because a cow knocked over a lantern or a horse did this. And they'll say the whole city went up in flames. Some of the cities, no casualties or death, but lost 90% of their buildings. The Palisades, oh my God, people don't even know about that. If you're talking about the ones in Jersey, I know that happened up in that area. So you got to talk about all this stuff. People, these things, these are structures that are yours. And remember, when you see an old cathedral, when you see an old state capitol building, these things that you see here, they all look, man, go look at the Capitol building in like Wyoming. You're gonna say, why the fuck in Wyoming they need a building like that? Why do you need some of these structures in Utah where nobody else would be? Because these were already here. And if they were already here, somebody had to build them. And it don't make sense for this. It doesn't make sense for Native Americans, like they told you, to be living in teepees and huts. That don't make no sense. If you've been here before, you know I've said this before. Go down to Mobile, Alabama. Mobile was a walled, amazing freaking city off the water. King Tuscaloosa, they'll tell you the man's name, was a 6'9" to 8 foot tall black man. That's what Tuscaloosa means. Large nigga. So how did you have this? And how does this be true at the same time? All they did was conquer and beat and do everything else. Again, I say to people all the time, how does you go through all of human history and people struggle with fire, people struggle to make a wheel, people struggle to survive the winters and the summers, people struggle to do all this. For some reason in 1800, these people built massive cities. They did all this other stuff in 100 years. They built out enough to where they have electricity, they have cell phones, they have cars, they have everything. How did you do that in 100 years? And again, I will always say, 80% of the Caucasian people got here after 1890. Let that sink in. That means that when you see a white people, and they all lying, they be lying. They be lying there for $2. They'll say, hey, when your family get here? My family got here in the 1500s. No, they didn't. And I said this yesterday. I blew somebody's mind the other day. Somebody dropped me an inbox message and said blew their mind, but I don't think people understand. These people make up stories all the time. These people don't know who they say they are. Do y'all realize why doesn't the European who got here after 1890 on them boats that they be talking about, why don't they have cousins and aunties and great cousins in Europe? They don't have family in Europe. When they go to Europe, they go as tourists. They don't go, at best you may get an Italian that say, I gotta go back to my mama house in Sicily or something like that, right? But if it's Britain, when a lot of them people came from something, they don't have no family. I tell you before, they don't even have accents. That's how I know this story ain't real. I don't even think the people came from over in Europe. I don't. The people on the boats, I don't think they came from Europe. I don't. And the reason I say it to people all the time now, I've came to the conclusion they couldn't have came from Europe. Why they don't have British accents? When they got here to America, they don't have British accents. If you go down to Australia right now, where they dumped out the prisons of Europe into Australia, Australians still have a British undertone. They still have a European undertone to their language, to their sound, their cadence, or whatever it's called. But these people in America, for some reason, they never had British accents. You didn't hear them say forward scores and say they didn't do that. I heart you too. I do. I heart you. So it don't make. So I'm just saying to people now, none of that makes any sense. If you're gonna have some of your mama's tongue. That's, you know how I know it? How when you hear someone talking down in New Orleans, even though they may have moved to New York, they still got a cadence underneath. Because you know your family from down south, ain't it? Yeah, my mama. She could be born in New York. He could be born in New York. But they got that undertone. Why? Because that's your family. That's where you come from. Why do these people don't have one? I proved yesterday on yesterday's show, majority of the English language that they say it's theirs that they gave to us because we don't have a language, because you know you have other foreign black people come and be like, black people in America don't even have a language. Yes, we do. It's the language you speaking right now. Newsflash, people, the English language that you think is English ain't just English language. A lot of that has to do with indigenous words that were ours. I know people don't believe. I know, I'm full of it. You great, I did nothing. I know. I bet you won't go look it up. And see, that's the thing. See, what it is that you've been conditioned and believed. This is what literally happened. You were A, they were B. They put you in B and put themselves in A and say, oh, look at you. That's all they did. Everything. Look, this is what they do. They take it from you slowly and methodically. Like classic example. I keep saying this. Hip hop, 100 years from now, Eminem will be the creator of hip hop. And what they will have people doing is debating. You'll have black people debating people of other races when they say, come on, even the internet tells you that, even the AI will tell you that Eminem started. Of course, they created it. Again, I tell, even down to the DNA from yesterday's show, I even said to the black person who wants to make me a generic African, when you say, brother, the DNA don't lie, brother, the people who made the DNA are liars, so what do you think the DNA is? So no, you're gonna have to use your common sense with these. Look, in this world now, you know how they say you got street smarts and book smarts, right? Who always survives the most in this world if everything comes crashing down? The street smarts person. You wanna know why? Because book smarts, you learn what they want you to know. Remember, education in school, like I'm gonna tell you, did y'all hear, matter of fact, I should play it. I may play it now, I may play it later. But Shannon Sharp got into a debate, or got into an argument with Shakur Stevenson, a boxer. And this thing went smack off the rails, all because the guy said Shannon was ignorant when it came to boxing. Shannon took that as a straight shot at his level of education, and he was like, I'm the one with a college degree. First thing, brother, you talking to a brother like me, that ain't saying shit. I can tell you, your degree means nothing. I love TikTok shot. My bad, naturally. I'm getting out of control. My bad, sugar. All right, I'm going to tell my crew, Ms. Wright, Smiley, now I'm in natural, I'm going to put you in there. Let's got a couple people off-road. I appreciate all y'all for coming in. I know I'm forgetting people right now. When y'all come in, I'm going to make y'all mind. I'm sorry. But no, what it is, these people might, I'm going to give you if you were here yesterday, I did it again. Now I'm going to play it again. I have to play this one. Did y'all see this right here? This is how a college student writes in today's market. I have to play this. Come on, hold on.
This is shocking. Somebody sent me this, and I actually did a live reaction to it, so here you go.
I know they praying on my downfall. I know they praying on my downfall.
Okay, this is my student. I am her professor, and I'm coming on here because, frankly, I'm tired of this bullshit. I've been working at this school for about 3 years and making them write essays with their hand. Oh, my God, this is so hard. So I have her essay here. We're going to read it. This is the level of essays these kids are writing. Okay, this is her essay. I blocked the name out. I teach a class about analyzing film. It's very simple. It's like the most basic college class. Brief intro. Here's her essay. Utopia I love. Animals, they are so fluffy. Big animal making me scared. I mean, it's not even English. This is a college class. Utopia is about animals that are evil and mean, but also animals that are good and not. Okay. What is political about it? Utopia is political because of how some animals are bad. These are the essays, guys. I can't even.
Enough. Okay. I know he's not lying. My baby girl, my daughter, my knee baby again, my scientist, my little scientist, she's a professor. So now she tells me all the time about these kids that come in, they can't read, can't write, don't understand anything. And I had to tell her that you're gonna have to slow walk them. They don't know anything now. The schools are, and like he goes on to say, he's not even allowed to fail these kids now. Remember, a lot of these institutions won't fail your kids because it hurts their stock, it hurts their way of generating money. When your school becomes nothing more than for profit, then you no longer are an educator. You don't know anything. Again, that's why I say right now, I will take and I mean this with all the full chest, and all of these guys I'm ready to name, I'm not saying all these guys have had great standing in the community. I'm not even saying all of these guys are people that you should admire. But I will tell you, these guys that I'm ready to name, some of these guys, even though they have checkered existences, I'm trying to be nice here. You cannot deny sometimes their level of brilliance when it comes to the way their mind was able to disseminate information. Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite, Jabari, Shaka Atmos, Cyrus Sutin said it, Dr. Ali. Some of these brothers were brilliant brothers when it came to their mind. I will take their genius, I will take their ingenuity, their thoughts, their way of breaking down information, especially some of the great Dr. Amos Wilson is a doctor, but you get what I'm saying. But you take those young men, and I will put them against a college-educated kid student right now, and they gonna rip them a new one. Why? Because the schools are not designed to teach you anything. You can literally leave with a degree and feel like, this is why I say to even when I go to the doctors, I don't care that my doctor has a doctor on their name. PhD at the end, I don't care. I don't care is because I know you lost all credibility with me when you said this. A doctor doesn't even have, this lady, I heard this lady say she had to learn. They gave her a 30-minute course on diet, on nutrition. That's all she had to do to become a doctor. I said, get the fuck out of here. When the diet is like the main piece to your existence, they give you a 30-minute course. Oh no, but they give you an extensive course on how to disseminate drugs. Then they just drug dealers. You don't have a doctor, you have a drug dealer. Excuse me, I love TikTok Chop. I'm sorry. So what I think people don't understand is when we live in a world now, this is what I'm trying to get everybody. Everything that we do, it says one thing on the paper. Lord Jesus, hold on. Did y'all catch me? My whole thing blew up. See, let me stop. Everything went out just for me just then. Hit the thumbs up if you still see me right now. Literally, my whole everything blinked out just then. Let me calm down. Look, the universe said, look, he said to me, he said, oh, what do you think you're doing, sir? Said, calm yourself down. Oh, let me stop. I was like, what in the world? You said, I see you. But no, all right, I appreciate you. But no, I'm sitting back, I just sit back and I think about this stuff. It makes no sense. So, but anyways, I digress. That thing threw me all out right there. I kid you not. My whole studio, everything went black. Boom, everything was black. Oh, these motherfuckers listening. Shut a lot, but hit the like button. I appreciate you for coming in, guys. Y'all just don't even know. Look, let's keep going. Look, again, especially if you got questions when it comes to history. I'm pretty well versed on this topic. I will definitely tell you. I think a lot of times when I get to talking to such, I try not to overwhelm people. Because look, I know I got people that I love that are brilliant. Like I know one lady, she is brilliant. This woman will write, my editor, she writes anything. If I write anything, she's my editor. This woman is a brilliant. She's a writer, professional writer by trade. She does it all. This woman math dumb as hell. Don't get me to talking no math with this woman at all. So I know sometimes numbers and people don't always work. And see, we're not, and like TikTok and YouTube, especially YouTube, I could do it. I appreciate all the people on YouTube too. YouTube, I could do it, but on TikTok, they won't allow me to put a lot of graphics on the screen, so I can't put up a lot of things to walk you through a timeline. But if I could do that, I would definitively tell you, everything lines up. All the information, once you start really diving into history, everything lines up that they're lying about everything. And then I would even go as far as say that. I won't say lying. Look, my editor told me, my producer told me, said, look, don't always lead with that. So let me not lead with accusatoriness. Let me just say it this way. There's enough out there, smoke, to go looking for a fire. Let me just put it that way. Because this is pretty much what we're looking at. We're looking at a situation to where, look, I want you to do this. What do you think? Do it this way. Let's do it this way. Let me slow it down. Let me do it this way. I want you to go back, close your eyes. If you can close your eyes, I want you to go back to, say, 10 years ago. You feel like you was the same person 10 years ago? Think about the world we lived in now. Technology changed a lot in 10 years. Now go back 20 years ago. Technology really has changed in 20 years, but back 20 years ago, at best, you had maybe a really slow-ass Yahoo email and a cell phone that was a flip phone 20 years ago. If you go back 30 years ago, you didn't have none of that at all. 9 times out of 10, you just had nothing at all. But the world, the way people interacted with each other was pretty much the same up until recent years. But we all agreed 80s to 90s had a slower progression. Everything is on acceleration now. So inflation's high, and please, if the system go out completely, then we is having a storm over here on my end. So if the storm knocks out the system, people, it's not me, it's the system. But pretty much everything's accelerated now, but back in the day, everything kind of had a slow progression. So that's why, like, if you see a picture of somebody take a picture in, say, 1900, and then they took another picture in 1930, maybe they added a building or the bush grew taller or something, but the landscape stays the same. You see this a lot from old photos to current photos. So I don't understand why people think that the way people today act, they would act any different today, or let's say 20, 30 years ago, than they would 100, 120 years ago. What do I mean? I mean this. If today, all that your government do is lie to you, take something out your taxes, take something at your bank, always finding out that your Yahoo stealing money from Amazon, taking money from you, your insurance company taking money from you, your insurance company won't pay for this, your house insurance won't pay for that, your car insurance drop you for this. Every time you turn around, somebody ciphering a 99 cent off your bank account that you didn't ask for all day long. You have, when you go to jail, they hitting you with seatbelt tickets. If you're in the South, they got you going through roadblocks. We could go on for days and days and days and days on all the nitty itty bitty little things they're doing to cipher off of us. And at the end of the day, we watch our kids get railroaded in the system. We watch our men get railroaded in the system. We watch our women get railroaded in the system. We watch our people. We get told black women are the most educated people in the country right now, but it's the least employed. How the fuck is that possible? Because they want it that way. So when you got people who are designed the system this way today, you don't think it was this way 100, 200 years ago. Yes, it's the exact same way. So meaning this, nobody, if these people are not athletic today, if your boss is not intelligent today, and you know what I mean, you have a boss, but you know more than your boss. If he ain't intelligent today, if he ain't athletic today, if he ain't a warrior today, if he can't fight today, if all he wants to do is pum at you, but he don't even do that have it unless he's doing an easy target. That's what they did to them lynchings. These were easy targets a lot of the time. But when you see them people acting this way, the best you saw them do was lynching. They always going for easy targets. Then they went for easy targets in Jim Crow, which means they went for easy targets in the 18 and the 1700s. This whole annihilation of a group of people through force is BS. They paper genocided us. They okey-doked us. This is what they did. This is my only conjecture of what happened. Hit the like button if you agree with this. This is all that happened. Hey, oh my God, black people, you're amazing. You are everything. I just want to learn from you. Can I just be a part of you? Can I be on your team? Can I do that? Black folks invite you to the cookout. Don't we do it? We always do it. Here they come. Now they come to the cookout. Now they're the cookout, and you say, you know what, Jamie? You've been riding with me so hard, girl. You want to help me run the store? You know what, black lady, you the best. I could only not be that. Then the white lady gets the job. Guess what the white lady do when she gets the job? She hire her cousin. Then her man get hired. And then before you know it, the whole company is ran by them. And then they push you out. You want me to prove it to you? Let's prove it now. Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons starts Def Jam. Def Jam looks like it's gonna be just for hip hop looks like it's just gonna be for black folks. In late 80s, black people were going gold, meaning black people were making money on these independent black labels, all those people. And here we go. All that they did in 15 years was become an all-white business, and then you fell on it down. And I got this up here. Let me see if I got this. Do I got this? No, I can't even show y'all anyway on TikTok, so I can't show you. But do y'all remember that old video of that rapper that was in that conference room dancing and on tables for them folks, entertaining them so they could approve his album? And I'm like, how the fuck did we get here to where you created it? You come up with the beats. You did all the stuff. You had the street teamers. You were the people on the ground. You were the people that grew it out of an area we knew it came. It went international from you. And now we are performing for people who can't do it at all. Yes, they will take it from you. And it happens slowly. So if you want to know what happened to black people, this is what happened to black people. You got slowly, methodically removed. And then they came back later when they had a camera, and they had a camera and a microphone and a picture, and they told you they did all these amazing things to you, and that's why you lost. Remember, every time that they've beat us physically, there's never a camera, there's never a picture, there's never a video. It's never any of that. You all came on boats. There's not one picture of a boat with us coming on it, but we got 1,000 of them coming on boats. Don't it sound like somebody switched the game up on you? Everybody, when you talk to all of these people, they are all heritage Americans. I've got my family, it was a Colin, was here in the 1500s. Stop lying. You don't know your family. Your family got here 100 years ago. And I don't know where you came from. I promise you this. I promise you this. People, let's do an experiment. Somebody has to come back on Monday. Any of my people who today, I do it Monday through Friday around 2 o'clock-ish. I want you to come on here. I want someone to get in the comment section. I want you to tell me. I talked to white people today and I asked them this question. So, do you remember any of your family from back home? Where are you from? Ask them where they from first. Their family is originally from. And then ask them, do they remember anybody? Stop it, Callie. You can't say that now. But I want you to ask them because they don't have a connection to Europe. And you cannot tell me that everybody I've asked this question hundreds of times and nobody knows anybody from Europe. How do you not know any of your family? You said you bought a ticket with $2 and got on a boat like the Titanic and came over here. You didn't write a letter home. Hello, mother. I made it safely to New York and Ellis Island. I'm here. Thank you. Appreciate the 50 cents that you sent to me. None of that. You don't do that. You just say, I'm here, bitch. Cut these ties. That's what you did. You just cut ties. And so you said Cabbage Patch Baby, but I'm talking about the adults. Look on them boats. These were adults. Adults got off them boats. Adults was in there looking at it. And why these adults don't got no family back home? Why doesn't Patricia have a pimp? What's somebody overseas name? Vladimir or somebody is their cousin. Oh, I have a cousin that's over in Wales. That's part of the family, the old family that my great grandmother when she came over and she left. None of that. Side note. They don't know their grandmama at all, but we supposed to connect with our African roots from 17 generations ago. Why the rules always get different for us? No, let's just be honest. You want to say this is what's happening. Everybody in on it. Everybody has been given the story. Black folks, black Americans, I don't need to know nothing now. People get into the debate whether we Moors, whether we Hebrews, were we Indians? Were we Wachita? Lumbee? Yeah, we get it. I can go on with how many names we are. No. We are the Americans. The Tamericans. And I say to all of it, I agree with all of it. Yes, to everything. We all of them. Mine is just this. I can't call myself, I only want to call myself whatever's collectively we all going to agree on. I kind of think that everybody has agreed on we're going to go with black. So we're going to stick with black and we're going to try black. I'm okay with that. I don't care that it's a crayon color. I don't care. Again, whose rules are we going by? I make my own. If I want to call us, if I can get enough people, we get 25 million people to call ourselves the squirrels. I don't give a fuck. Call us what we want to call. See, this is what I'm gonna tell people like this. This is when you're gonna know when you start heading on the free track. And this is how I want you to know too. If you're out here listening to people and you saying that these people they're making you feel like that they care about you or they care about the community, I'm gonna tell you just like this. If they're thinking inside the confines of the system, whether it's voluntary or not, they can't help you. And see, for me, like, I hate when people say things like this. You know, brother, the white man doesn't care when he pulls you over if you're not. Why am I setting my rules based upon what they gonna do or think or say? I don't care. I am a free individual. Free meaning you are not going to just project on you are a horrible person. Hey, you're entitled to your opinion. Just don't touch me. Don't put your hands on me. Stay in your space. I'll stay in mine, you stay in yours, we be good. But see, black people, where we're at right now is because again, man, they made it look bad in front of the company. Fuck the company. I worry about looking bad to us. I worry about what we care about. See, for me, I will never be the one that's running around and talking about brands and all this stuff. Why? I care. The people don't like me. Oh no, it's a status symbol, brother. I need to be told. Look, I like finer things too. You know what I like finer things for? The comfort of it. See, once you make a little bit of money, you go to a hotel, get in a 5-star hotel. And I'm talking about a real 5-star hotel where they have a spa service the whole night. When it's good, it's good. That means the linens are soft. The covers feel good against your skin. It's just amazing. It feels good. I love that, right? But then, so I don't care nothing about the Gucci bag, the Fenty bag, the Prada bag, the Gucci belt. I don't care nothing about this stuff. I care about comfort. I like when I go to eat food, I eat a piece of lamb and that bitch is tender and it's real meat. Not this facial that they doing out here. They got us out here with that's my thing. Anyways, I digress. I don't leave that alone. Y'all crazy as ever today. What do you say? It matters who you know. Hold on, I can't read what you're saying. I can't remember what you're saying. But anyway. But yeah, man, all I wanted to do today, like I said, I just want to talk about the black folks, talk to the family, and let y'all know we got some great things coming too in the future. Look, if you ain't following the channel, go hit the like button, people. Again, I keep telling you I was going to explain what the show is about, and I never get there, and I want to get there. Eventually, this is the game, but I need y'all to go to YouTube and follow the channel, so that way when we go live, you can get the full experience of what I want to produce, okay? The Scott Free Morning Show, if we get the following up at 300 radio, and the number 1, don't put no spaces, just do 300, the number 300, and then put radio, I know you can spell it, and then the number 1. I'm still streaming right now, hit the subscribe button, and what we're gonna start doing is that, instead of y'all, the people who still got to get in their car and go to work in the morning, or the people who still turn the radio on, I don't think a lot of people even turn the radio on anymore. But the people who used to go into work with Ricky Smiley and Tom Joyner back in the day and Steve Harvey, we want to produce that show. I want to produce the show that where you come in, we have music, I have videos we gonna play. We gonna have segments, interviews. We got some funny segments. We got some other things going. We got all this going on. I want to be able to provide your morning drive or your morning experience with not only humor, but education, and also to have somebody say the shit that you thinking. How many times we were in political season and you were going to work and you got to listen to Steve Harvey bring Roland Martin on his show and he lying to the folks and you angry because you saying yourself, oh, these niggas ain't representing nothing I be feeling. You know why not? Because they ain't real. I want you to do it from here. I want to be that with you. I want to be the space that you come to and you're going to say, nah, that's what I was thinking. Because I ain't lying to you. Now, I agree. We're not going to always agree. And again, I don't need you to always agree with me. Like I tell people all the time, like, people say to me, if you were dating somebody, could you date a religious woman? I said, the problem ain't going to be me because I date a religious woman. Could a religious woman date me? See, to me, you like it, I love it. That's your world. You got your own path, your own journey you got to go on. You got to do your own thing. My thing is just, I try to, if I care for you, I want to just love you where you at. I think Will Smith said the greatest saying I ever heard. He said, he heard the saying one time that a gardener's job isn't to make a flower grow the way that the gardener wants it to grow. The gardener's job is to nurture, to water, to pour into the flower so the flower can grow to its greatest potential that it needs to grow to. I want that for the person that I'm with, and I want that person to want that for me. If you're not pouring into me that way, I don't want to be near you. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, I digress. But yes, go over there and do that. And it's the same thing. 300 radio. You hit it right there. It's on the screen. 300 radio. It's that same thing at Cash App. Follow the channel and support the channel. Cash App. That's Umar. I'm going to start saying like Dr. Umar. Hit the Cash App. 300 radios. $. 300 radio. Hit the Cash App. I heard he was in trouble over there again. I don't know what he's doing. But no, I want to get the show there, but we got to get the following up there. When you have a channel like mine, when I support black people, because I truly support black people, I truly say the things that a lot of people are afraid to say online. You do not know how many people contact me on the daily and say, I watched the show. Ooh, should you have said that? And I agree. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I get nervous in some of the conversations. Some conversations I would love to have with y'all that I can't have because I know that if I have that and if it did go viral, it's gonna be a problem because they're gonna put a target on my back. And I don't want that. I ain't trying to martyr for nobody. I will stand on my square. But I need people to ride with me if we're gonna ride. That's all there is to it. That's why I always say I like the collective code versus leadership. Because if we're all on one collective code, all we're doing now is that if they take me, they ain't gonna worry about coming to get me, because they're gonna be like, I ain't gonna do nothing but replacing with somebody else. So that's my whole thing. I want us to get to a point where this is just a way of life. Look, I think we're hundreds of years into these people now. Let me say it this way, and I will leave that whole subject of the history alone for a while. I think what they have sold us on was this long, drawn-out, couple of 100-year existence. Let me say why I say that. You notice when you're in school, when you went from kindergarten all the way through to 12th grade, you either went through, your world history was very limited, but you did a lot of U.S. history, state history, U.S. history, state history, U.S. history. And they always stayed in colonial up to current day, colonial to current day, colonial to current day. Why did they do that? Why? Because this is what the meat of their story is. Again, I don't know where they come from. They don't know where they come from. I don't know how they got here. I don't know how long they've been, but I know it's been a very short time. So which means is, in the grand scheme of things, they sold us on the story that they have been dominating us for thousands of years. Remember, they keep telling you they're the Greeks and the Romans. They can't be. It's impossible. For one, you ain't waiting all over the world like you don't. The sun would have ate your ass. They had no sunscreen. That motherfucker lit you up out there if you said it was. Anyway, I digress. So what I want people to understand is this. It's like a 100-year story that they said, oh man, we've been holding this thing up. We thought we had it, but it's falling apart now. And I'm telling, I believe for black folks right now, where we're at right now, it's falling apart. The story that they're telling is falling apart. All we got to do is ride with where we at right now. I promise you it's going to work out. But anyways, I digress. Again, if you haven't followed the channel, I promise you, go and follow the channel now. Because if you don't follow it today, they're probably not going to let you see it again, like I said. Again, I very much appreciate you guys. Again, we got a lot of different things to bring to you. Now, if you're new here, naturally, I know you be riding in there with me on the music side and everything. This week coming up, I'm going to have a whole new, brand new playlist of music. I got some things I've been working on. These next few songs that I'm going to be bringing in next week, naturally, especially, I'm ready to play some music for you guys in a minute. Give me a second. But this next week, when I bring in music starting next week, what's going to happen is when I make music, I try to make it to the point where the words have in-depth meanings. And so I have some songs I've been working on, but I've been working on trying to get the visuals down very much so. So I'm going to make sure I got them down for you guys. But until then, I'm going to let y'all bump some of this music we got. And I appreciate you guys. And we'll be back, like I said, on Monday, 2 o'clock, like we always do. Let me go ahead and turn it up for you. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it's in there now. So, yeah, I'm going to go and turn this up for my family, right? And, again, you guys, well, hold on. Let me turn it on over here because I know how I got to do it. Hold on a second. Beep. Hold on, guys. I got to start setting this thing up better. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to turn this on. And I appreciate you guys. Let me go and turn this up. All right. So I'm going to see you on the next one. All right. Peace.
Yeah. FBA, that's the way. Hey, yeah. Clean walk, head high. Whole room feel that glide. FBA with the stride. Got that calm, that pride. Fresh cut, fresh frame. Never chase, no, the game. Speak slow, move sharp. Making room when I step into place. Go green, steady gaze. Truth talk, no fake phase. Real love from the queens, cause they see how I carry my days. Stack wins, locked in. Storm come, I don't don't bend. Built from the heat, still cool. That's the kind of man that don't pretend. You can see it when I enter. That quiet kind of power. Every move a little cleaner. Every night a little louder. Yeah, yeah. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. I walk in, they look twice. Cause I got that FBA sauce. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. Real ones know the whole room shift when I step, yeah, with that FBA sauce. FBA sauce. Tailor fit, then them crisp. Sun on skin, wrist lit. No need to holler too hard, my presence do a lot of the lift. Mama taught poison grace. Papa taught stand my ground. I can laugh, I can lead. Keep it cool when the pressure come round. Girl say, boy, you smooth. When the baseline hit, I don't move. Just that same unbothered look, like I already knew I would. Win the room, from the block to the boardroom. Same soul, same code. Black American man, carry history in the clean ass code. When I enter that quiet kind of power. Every move a little cleaner. Every night a little louder. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. That's why I walk in, they look twice. Cause I got that FBA sauce. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. Real ones know the whole room shift when I step with that FBA sauce. I ain't tryna outshine nobody, I'm just shining where I stand. Black American man, I was built to hold my own with a steady hand. Soft voice, hard-earned shine, love deep, move right. When I show up is respect, and that love stay bright. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. I walk in, they look twice. Cause I got that FBA sauce. FBA, that's the way. FBA, that's why. Real ones know the whole room shift when I step with that FBA sauce. FBA sauce.
You for the rest.
Let's go.
Now you're tuned in to the best.
Y'all know the name.
This is 300 Radio.
The curve of your neck, yeah, like a coffee cup, I wanna hold it in my hands. See you slowly as I wake up. You're alive in my kitchen, like a radio anthem. Little crackle, little comfort. Every song I grew up on. You remind me of everything I never looked at twice till I saw it on you. Doorways, daylight, quiet rooms. You remind me how simple things can feel brand new. Every corner, every shadow too. You remind me. You remind me. You walk down my hallway like Sunday down the aisle. Every step a soft confession, every glance a hidden smile. The line of your back, like pages in a book. I'm reading with my fingertips, every crease, every hook. You remind me of everything I never looked at twice till I saw it on you. Doorways, daylight, quiet room. a porch light left on, like a key on the table, saying this is where you belong. The way you lean on my pillow, like a coat on a chair, so casual, so certain, like you've always been there. Yeah, you remind me of everything I never looked at twice, till I saw it on you. Doorway, daylight, quiet rooms. You remind me how simple things can feel brand new. Every corner, every shadow too. Look in your eyes, like the last light in a store, makes me linger in the doorway, keep on wanting one thing more. Your keys on the table, your coat on the floor. We've been throwing sharp words, like we want a war. You lean in the doorway, first touch, still proud. Silence like a thunder, beating way too loud. But you don't turn away, you just cross this room. All that distance between us falls out of view. Call a truce on my skin, let your hand say it first. Every kiss on my neck keeps rewriting the hurt. We don't need every answer, we don't know every word. Call a truce on my skin, let the bad things blur. Your breath on my shoulder, that tremble you hide. Every shiver confession running down my spine. Fingers trace the fault line where we came apart. You're talking and touching straight into my heart. You pull off my defense, like you pull off my shirt. All that armor between us, falling in the dirt, yeah. Call it truce on my skin, let your hand say it first. Every kiss on my neck is rewriting the hurt. We don't need every answer, we don't know every word. Call it truce on my skin, let the bad things blur. Yeah, say you're sorry on my lips, slow, slow. Let me promise on your hips, close, closer than before. We've been breaking all night, now we're breathing in sync. Every sigh, every bite pulls us back from the brink. Call a truce on my skin, let your hand say it first. Every kiss on my neck is rewriting the hurt. Leave the anger in the hallway, leave the pride
you for the rest.
Let's go.
Now you're tuned in to the best.
Y'all know the name.
This is 300 Radio.
You walking, red dress, low dim light. Laugh lines on your lips, gold on your thigh. You don't see me leaning in the shadow, drinking my hand, tracing every move you made like I already understand. From across the room, I'm on your skin. Every slow step closer, I'm breathing you in. Got my hands in my head, but my mind on your waist. I'm undressing your name, trying to savor the taste. From across the room, you feel this too. That slow, heavy pull drawing me to you. If I get you alone, girl, you know how we'll end. Two strangers burning down a one night stand. Oh, you been down. Touch your heel, my thoughts go dark. Neckline slips, I feel my pose leave a mark. You glance back, hold it just a second too long. Like you heard every filthy line in my song. From across the room, on your skin, every slow step closer, I'm breathing you in. Got my hands in my head, but my mind on your waist. I'm undressing your name, trying to savor the taste. From across the room, you feel this too. That slow, heavy pull drawing me to you. If I get you alone, girl, you know how we'll end. Two strangers burning down a one night stand. Yeah, you drift by my table, perfume cuts through the smoke. You say you've been staring, I laugh, my control just broke. I say I've been thinking about your hands on my chest all night. You bite your lip, whisper, prove it when we leave this light. Hey, from across the room, I was on your skin, now you're back on the door. I'm breathing you in, have my hands in my head, now they're locked on your waist. I'm spelling out your body, learning every taste. From across the room to the heat of your bed, every slow deep breath running straight to my head. When the morning comes, we'll go back to pretend, but tonight we're just strangers in a one night stand. You call me plain, I know it. I wore that word too long. We threw glass at each other. Now the tables all but gone. I keep my pride in my pocket, but it tears through every scene. You look at me like I'm the fire when, baby, we're both the smoke in the scene. I've been holding this house up with my hands full of cracks. Say my name like you mean it, or watch me fade in black, cause I can't keep bleeding and call it love. I can't keep reaching when you won't budge. Don't let me go, don't let me go. I'm still here, I'm still holding on. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Even when we're both so wrong. We've been paid, but I still see your face in the rain. Don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go. I am say what you owe me. Just turn your back to the truth. And I got a chest full of thunder, tryna make room for you. I'm tired in my bones now, tired in my mouth, my tongue. Tired of loving so hard and getting hurt by the one I love most. I've been holding this house up with my hands full of cracks. Say my name like you mean it, or watch me fading black. Cause I can't keep bleeding and call it love. I can't keep reaching when you won't budge. Don't let me go, don't let me go. I'm still here, I'm still holding on. I'm still holding on. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Even when we're both so wrong. We've been pain, but I still see your face in the rain. See your face in the rain. Don't let me go. I am breaking, but I stay. If I walk away tonight, it won't be for lack of love. It'll be cause my heart got tired of carrying all this love. I need you to face me. Now just turn and call me cold, cause I'm crumbling in silence, and I can't keep doing this alone. Don't let me go, don't let me go. I'm still here, still holding on. I'm still holding on. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Even when we're both so wrong. We've been pain, but I still see your face in the rain. See your face in the rain. Don't let me go. I am breaking, but I stay. Yeah. Raise to reality. Yeah. Raise to reality. We still running. Grew up where the school paint peeled off the wall. History book thin, but the cops stand tall. Coach said run fast, teacher said aim high. Mama said pray, but the rent said why. Scholarship dreams on a hardwood floor. Stadium packed, but the block's still poor. You a hero in a jersey, just a thread in a hoodie. They love you on camera, then they mute your story. Draft day, bright back home like flickers. Billionaires bet on your bones like stickers. You sign for a check, they sign for your silence. Smile for the brand, tuck away the defiance. This that race to reality. They keep changing up the finish line. Say it's all about morality, but they price every inch of your time. We've been running through a gallery. Other faces they never framed right. Race to reality, race to reality. Still sprinting in the same old fight. Corner store tax, higher than the stocks uptown. Food desert, but the liquor truck always comes around. Red lines drawn like chalk where the body fell. Same lines in the bank, just a different cell. They build fields, build courts, not a lab, not a fun. Hope you catch a pass, not a book, not a run. Say, you made it out like the rest ain't stuck. Like the ladder ain't greased, like it's all just love. News talk tough when a black man stumbles. Quiet when the hedge fund guts hold jungles. You trained all summer just to sit on the bench. Meanwhile, a spreadsheet tightening the rent. It's that race to reality. They keep changing up the finish line. Say it's all about morality, but they price every inch of your time. We've been running through a gallery. Other faces they never frame right. Race to reality, race to reality. Still sprinting in the same old fight. Who on the field? Who write the rules? Who sell the dream? Who choose the schools? Who draw the maps where the money moves? Who build a cage, then blame the fools? Ask who profits off all this pain. Off jerseys, music, memes, our names. We more than labor, more than play. We the soul they can't appraise. Just that race to reality. They keep changing up the finish line. Say it's all about morality,
You for the rest.
Let's go.
Now you're tuned in to the best.
Y'all know the name.
This is 300 Radio.
From the drum to the drum line, yeah. From the field to the front line, yeah. From the block to the bright sky, yeah. We the reason the world feels alive. Yeah, grandma hands grease on the stove. Church fans swinging testimonies in the rows. Uncle at the grill, secret in the smoke. Turn the scrap to a feast, that's the way we go. Turn pain into paint on the south side wall. Turn scraps into style, watch the world copy y'all. We the slang, we the step, we the soul in the talk. Whole globe on the move, how we walk. From the Geechee tie to the river red clay, we the one to turn a hard time into a holiday. Take change, make change, now they hang on our neck. Took the weight of this place, turned it into respect. We the heartbeat of the world, can you feel that? Every rhythm, every move, yeah, we built it. From the field to the stage, we survive, we amazed. Foundational, generational, we the base. We the heartbeat of the world, say it out loud. Every color in the culture came from this ground. From the pain to the grave, from the root to the ground. Foundational, generational, hold it down, hold it down. Banjo drum hum of a midnight train. Out there came blues, gospel soul in the rain. Out there came swing, then the groove, then the break. Now the whole earth rocking to the sound we made. Granddaddy car with the chrome so clean. Sunday drive, whole family.